footwork complex using the mini slant and wobble boards. Start off with having the athlete try to balance for 30 seconds medially and laterally on both feet. Once this becomes pretty easy and they can balance for the 30 seconds without having to touch down or regain balance, they can start swinging their foot back and forth to add more challenge to balancing. Grab a rugby ball and twirl it around their waist or around their head to add more perturbation and challenge balancing. With the wobble boards, they do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 30 seconds of balancing using a dowel, and then internally and externally rotating the lower limb with as great of a range as they can achieve. And then they can go 30 seconds without the dowel, just balancing and trying to keep their heels off the ground, their weight evenly distributed over their center of gravity. And then lastly, they can do the wobble walk, transferring their weight from one wobble board to the next. They'll need a dowel for this. Rotate, twist, grab. Do the whole footwork complex barefoot. Of the reactive calf complexes develop stiffness in the calf and the Achilles and the foot structures. So make sure they're reactive with their steps and their whole body is strong and controlled. The focus of the prowler acceleration is force production in a horizontal direction. So you need to make sure the resistance is heavy and they're really extending their leg and applying good solid force to the ground. The primary focus of reverse sled walks is they stay low and push hard and strong into the ground. The main cue with wall sprints is that each step is done reactively and explosively with good strong body position and quick firing steps. The primary cue for band deceleration drills is that they drop into the stick with good hip flexion, absorbing the landing with their glute activated in a controlled, stable body position. With the Nordic hamstring drops, ensure that they control the descent for a full 10 seconds. So the thickness of the band will need to allow them to control the descent but still achieve good tension on the hamstrings. With the single leg press eccentric overload exercise, make sure there's enough weight on the sled where you don't have to apply too much weight from the training partner or the coach. Have them resist as hard as they can for at least 5 seconds and then push up with 2 legs. With the isometric clean out drill, make sure they're in a clean out position that's appropriate for them and they push as hard as they possibly can for the time stipulated in the program. With a band clean out, make sure the bands are very, very heavy so the first couple steps are strong, powerful horizontal steps as if they're actually cleaning out in a ruck. With the handstand progression, it's important to warm up the wrists as you see here in the video. Just a light pressure moving in a clockwise and counterclockwise formation with the hands pronated and supinated. Then when you actually place the hands to get ready to do the handstands, make sure that the thumb and the index finger form a V, that you're gripping the ground with your hands with the fingertips and the heel of the hand, that there is actually space underneath your knuckles, so just the fingertips and the heel of your hand are gripping the ground. If the headstand is too much, they can do a frog stand and just get used to the hand position and gripping the ground. If they're comfortable doing the headstand, make sure they place their head at the top, forming a triangle between the 2 hands and their head. Walk their feet up, and with a strong core and strong hands, they can extend into a full headstand position. For the handstand walks, they need to have good shoulder mobility and stability, so make sure that they're aware that they keep their shoulders back and down away from their ears. Good strong hands gripping the ground as they walk forward and back. Good strong core position. Primary cue with the push press is ensure that the hips drive the barbell up and that they lock out with a good strong shoulder position. The primary cue for the rack lift is that they extend the hips to lift the bar, squeezing the cheeks at the top with a tight grip and a strong body pushing hard into the ground.